Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to my Sephora haul video. Yay! So my Sephora orders came in and this is where I am going to show you what I picked up, and we are going to do a try on with most of the items that I picked up. And then I do have some items that you guys haven't seen that we're going to use that are available at Sephora, and they are new and just, something to add to your list in case you're curious about them. So I'm going to let you guys go into the video in just a sec, but I'm going to give you another update. If you watched my video yesterday, I tried the soft services. So their buffing bar I love, and what I was looking for last night when I was talking about this, this is a micro crystal exfoliating bar. So when you use this, you take it and you rub it on your body. You don't rub it in your hands and then put what's on your hands on your body. You take the bar and you buff it into the body. You do want to be careful with these because they are pretty exfoliating, but it's like, microdermabrasion crystals in there, and it gives you a really nice, even exfoliation. And then the soap in here cleanses your skin. You don't have to worry about your skin being oily. You don't have to worry about getting salt scrub all over, or also how when you use sugar scrubs, they just melt right away and barely exfoliate the skin. So I love this buffing bar. It is so good. It's the new way that I exfoliate my skin. I had one before that was unscented, but then when they reached out to me, I picked a scented one, and this is Affogato La Orange, which is the Valencia orange scent. And it smells divine. It smells like a sort of like a creamy chocolate orange. It reminds me of the scent, if you're familiar with Leilani Skincare. It's made in Kauai, and she has her Kokolika mask, which is chocolate and orange. And it reminds me of the smell of that. I love that scent. So it's orange cream with a hint of chocolate. It smells so beautiful, but I love these buffing bars. They're so good. So I did try the Soft Services Carrera Cream. This is the body softening lotion with 10% urea, and I'm wearing it today, and it feels so good. It's so light, but it feels like it's moisturizing enough without feeling greasy. Like my arms don't feel greasy, but they feel like they're really nice and moisturized, and so are my legs too. And I like lotions that feel light, not greasy or heavy on the skin, because sometimes with going through perimenopause, when you are having a hot flash and you're wearing one of those body moisturizers that are just heavy and it feels like they're suffocating you, I do not like that. I like my lotions to be light. And then I wear sometimes like heavier body butters on my legs because my legs get really dry, but my arms, I don't really like them as much. But in the wintertime, I may have to start using them more. But so this is a really nice so far. And what I love about it is it has that 10% urea in it. Now, I have tried the 5% urea body serum from Naturium, and I absolutely dislike this stuff. It's still almost full, and I'm like trying to figure out ways to use this, but no matter how I use this, it leaves my skin so sticky and everything sticks to me. This is terrible. Don't purchase this, okay? I'm just gonna toss it. I'm finally giving up because I just cannot use that. It's so incredibly sticky. Even if you put a body oil on it or a body butter or another lotion on top of it, it's all sticky. It's just the strangest thing. But this so far is great. My thing is like I wish it was bigger. So I will continue to try that and let you know. But the Therapush Night Hand Treatment, oh my gosh, this is so good. I love this scent. The scent is Hold, and then now that I know what's in here, it's like the wild orchid and a woodsy musk scent. It's so comforting and so relaxing. Smells good. It's not overpowering, but the way that this feels on your hands, it's very light. And it's not heavy, but when I woke up this morning, my hands just look so soft and smooth. So I can't wait to see what happens with continued use. And by the way, this cap is magnetic too, by the way. So, but love these products so far. I think we have a new favorite body care line. Now it is definitely more expensive than Naturium, but I love what I feel so far. Now this is a no-brainer. This is definitely a love, but getting to experience their other products, yay. All right, so that's enough. I do a couple of updates here in this video, so you'll see that in the beginning when we get started. But, you know, this is a chatty get ready with me, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm sending you all so much love and light. And don't forget to give me a like. I need some likes for my videos, so please like this video, share it if you must, or subscribe if you are new here. I would love to have you a part of our community. And here you go. Aloha, everyone, and welcome to this Sephora Haul try-on. Now, first, I want to show you guys something. So if you watched my video that I put up yesterday of what's new PR haul, I showed you that I received the Current Body LED light mask. This is series 2. I want to show you guys something. I have to tell you that this thing is really, really heavy, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the long haul with this. Now, one thing I left out is that this is a 10-minute treatment, but I want to show you the fit of this thing. Okay, so here it is. Okay. Fits nice. I want to do this before I put my sunscreen on because I don't want to get my sunscreen on it. Okay, so here it is. So I have a big old gap from my chin to the bottom of this. Now, in order to get your best results, it's better if it's closer to the skin versus being away from it. And then here is what it looks like on. Now, it does slide off my face, and there is a strap that I could put up here on above my head, but I don't like that. For me, it just doesn't work out, but I just wanted to tell you that this thing is pretty heavy. Now, it does seem to be getting pretty good coverage, but it's too far away from my mouth and right underneath my chin to get the proper amount of joules, the power into the skin. It's still getting treated, but it's not going to be at full strength because it's not close to the skin touching it. When you're using the LED light mask, they need to be touching the skin in order to get the full amount of joules into the skin. So there's that, okay? It's one function, red and near LED light therapy, but it does have stronger lights around the eyes and around the mouth area. And there's no pulsed function, so if you're using a green tea serum or the Misama products, you have to put those on and wait 15 minutes before you can use your LED light therapy. With the Misama mask, when you use the pulse light function, you do 1 minute of consecutive red and near to prime the skin, and then you do 6 minutes of the pulsed light, okay? So here is the fit of the Misama Prana mask. And remember, you have options for this one. And what I love about this one is it's all the way close to my face. It's also covering all of my mouth, all of my nose is getting treated with this, and all around my eyes. And you have the pulse light in here, along with you have just red light, which is this, and then you can switch it to red and near, and then you can switch it to blue with red, and this is magenta, and then you can also pulse the light. So there we go. So there's that. Now the Misama Prana mask does not have the chin piece, but that's where the chin to, oops, this is getting caught. The chin to chest mask comes in. It has the flap that comes up underneath here, the wider neckband, and the neck piece. And what's nice about their sale right now is that if you pick up the combo of both the prana mask and the chin to chest mask, you're going to get 50% off of it because it's going to be over $600. And their sale right now goes, if you spend $100, you get 30% off site-wide. If you spend $600, you get 50% off site-wide, and that's including their bundles and everything. My discount code is invalid during the sale, but if you use my links, I do get credit. Also, they are sending the glove. I reached out to them. They replied back this morning. They're sending me their new LED light glove, which I will pop a picture of it here. Bev May has a video on it. And when they reached out, they said the reason why they didn't send it to me is because they they only had a few samples. So they sent them to, their ambassadors that are there in the UK, and their samples for their US ambassadors are going to be ready here soon. So as soon as they're ready, they're going to send it to me. So they say. We will see, because I'm pretty straightforward, with companies, when I see something that I think is kind of like not right, I do speak up, just so you guys know. But so that's the thing with the current body. So you don't have the pulse light function. So if you're using green tea or the green robo serums, you do have to wait 15 minutes before you can perform your LED light therapy, where the Mysama LED light masks, you do not. If you're using the pulse light, you can use them right after you apply the serum, the atomizer, or your own green tea concoction. Now, just so you know, I do have a discount code with Current Body, and so I'm not being biased. I'm just being really honest with you, because I'm telling you to go get the Mysama devices because I think they're a better value for your money, and they actually work, and you will see results. With the Current Body, I can just sit here and tell you guys, yeah, go pick this up. It's fabulous if I'm here to make money off these things, which I'm not, and use my discount code, which will be stackable on their Black Friday sale. So I just am being completely 100% honest with you from first impressions of this mask. The Mysama LED light devices are still my favorite, with how they feel, how light they are. I mean, this is nice because it is a little bit flexible, but gosh, it is freaking heavy. I just can't believe it. And then and the price, like, you can't beat the price of the Mysama with all the functions that they have on the light. Now I'm gonna go put my sunscreen on and clean off these masks, and I will be back to show you what we have for the Sephora haul. Okay, before I get into the products, and while my sunscreen is forming that filter on my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my eyeshadow primer, or this is just mainly to even out the color of my lids, and I'm going in with the House Labs concealer. I love this as an eyeshadow primer, and this is going to be the concealer that I'm going to use. I have a story for you about my under eyes. So I have noticed within the last 2 weeks that my under eyes look like they've aged 5 years. And I know what it is. So you guys always hear me talk about how caffeine in skincare is not good for your skin because it starves the skin of its nutrients, because it constricts blood flow, and that's where your skin gets its nutrients, and then you start to notice loss of volume, more fine lines and wrinkles, and the skin thinning. And that is what I'm noticing here underneath my eyes. Right here, this is getting worse again, and right in here, it's starting to get really bad. I am losing that volume under my eyes, and it's getting really crepey, and a lot of wrinkles are starting to show through, and it's from using the Calisum eye contour lifting cream, because it doesn't have caffeine directly in it, but it does have guarana, and guarana has caffeine in it. So I use this every day, twice a day. And then for my concealer that I have been using the Chantecaille, the Camouflage Stylo as my concealer. And this also has caffeine in it. And I have been using this ever since I got it. I can't put it down because I just really like how easy and light it is and the way it kind of looks underneath the eyes. But the caffeine, it's all taking a toll underneath my eyes. So I have to stop using the Calisym Eye Contour Lifting Cream. I have been using this for 6 months. And what I have always been mentioning is that what happens with caffeine, you don't notice it right away. But all of a sudden, one day you're gonna look at your skin and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I look so much older. Well, it has taken 6 months for that to kick in. And I wasn't so worried about the concealer because, you know, your products on top, your skincare that you put, you know, on top on your skin before you go in with your makeup, they don't really reach down into the skin and they're not as effective. But using both of them, you know, pretty much every day and that caffeinated eye cream every day has not been good for my under eyes. So for the time being, until I find a really nice eye cream that I like that does not contain any caffeine, I am using the Pepti Pad from Victoria Deanne to restore the volume underneath my eyes. We're testing this out, and it does instantly plump and hydrate them, but we'll see what happens. If I don't see this, you know, starting to look better in the next month or two, then I'm going to go back and to using Adipo. And then for my eye creams, I am using either the Illuminating Eye Serum, which this is what I use today because I'm super puffy, because I'm still adjusting to the time change, or the Super Eye Lift Serum from Neova. These both contain copper tripeptides, and also DNA repair enzymes. And then the Super Eye Lift Serum also contains a neuromodulating peptide to help with dynamic wrinkles. And I notice it too, like right in through here, because when I squint or I smile, it's all wrinkly and crusty in here, especially when I wear concealer. So here is my Sephora order. So I did an online order and an in-store order. And the first product that we're going to pull out from my order is going to be the Sephora Blur It powder. So this is a blurring loose setting powder. And a bunch of creators out here have been raving about this powder. So we are going to use this to set the concealer on my eyes. Now it's $15 or $16 for this. It comes with a little powder puff. And I have the shade Pink. Is that what it's called? It's called Brightening Pink. It comes in 3 shades, Brightening Pink, a yellow, and a peach. And I love this. I tried it yesterday in my video, and it was so good. I think I may pick up the peach one too. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lids. And what I have been loving to apply powder on my lids to set them is the Rephr 33 brush. And so you have this cool little protector here, which I love that. Genius packaging. And then you do have the sifter in here. So I'm just going to grab some of that powder onto my brush, and it has a slight pink tint to it. And this is so silky smooth. My eyeshadow that I wore yesterday just glided over this. I used the Hourglass Horse palette yesterday for a full face look, except for the bronzer on my facial skin. I used the Hung Van Go. So I'm just going to powder those. And then we will use this later to set my makeup. But so far, I really like this. Now, another product that I picked up that I asked you guys to vote on was foundation. So I picked up the Merit Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 45. And I have the shade 20, which is Sand. And I wore this yesterday in my What's New PR haul video, and this is absolutely gorgeous. What all the bigger creators are saying about this is absolutely true. I love this. This is beautiful on the skin. It is a tinted SPF, but it's also great as a foundation too. It's not high coverage like the Color Science Flex SPFs, but this is so gorgeous. It was blurring, smoothing. It didn't dry out my skin. It didn't settle into my fine lines and wrinkles. It just gave my skin a very nice, even in tone look and just really looked great. It didn't enhance my pores, nothing like that. So this is gorgeous. Love it. Highly recommend that you take a look at this, and it's not fragrance. Now I have another tinted SPF moisturizer here from Chantecaille. I think that I want to say this is like $40 and then this is like $70. I do not like this whatsoever. I tried it this week and it just dries the heck out of my skin and it just does not look good on me. So I have to give this away to someone who is my shade twin who wants to try this. So if you live in the US and you've been wanting to try this, you're my shade twin, reach out to me because it will be yours if you don't mind a used product. Now for foundation, we are going to use the new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. I picked up the shade 8N, which is light medium neutral, and here it is. So we're going to use that today. And then I also picked up a mini Westman Atelier petal blush. So because I didn't want to get a big one because I don't use it enough to justify a big one. And we are going to use the Hung Van Gogh bronzer today. I have my 3 eyeshadow palettes that I will go over. I picked up a refill of my Kosas brow gel, and then I picked up the limited edition YSL Love Shine Candy Glaze in Shiver Rose. So we're going to use that today. I also picked up the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in the new flavor Vanilla Bourbon. And then a couple of mentions I wanted to throw out that I forgot to mention in my Sephora recommendations video is that these Laneige Glaze Craze Tinted Lip Serums are also really good. Now these are going to have pigment to them. It's a sheer tint and they're thinner than the Ole Henriksen. The Ole Henriksen hugs your lips more and it plumps them. This does a little bit of plumping, but it's a thinner formula with a tint and it feels really nice. But the color doesn't last as long, but the hydration lasts. So these are really nice too. This one is the strawberry one, and all the tips have this little silicone donut tip, which I love it. I have the peach one, which smells so good. It smells like peaches. And then I also have the cinnamon sugar one, which this is a light mauvey shade. And it does smell like cinnamon and sugar. Now, this one isn't available anymore. This is the Ole Henriksen, the peach glaze that was limited edition. I love this. I have been using this at night too, but this does have a slight orangey tint to it where the vanilla is actually clear. This one would be better for at night. So that's why I picked that one up. I do have my Atour Definitive Lip Treatment on right now as a lip prep. So let's go over my other purchases. But first, oh yeah, I have another one. I finished this. This is the Wise Morning Cocktail Vitamin C Serum. They sent this to me, but they have been picked up by Sephora. I love this vitamin C. If you are looking for a beautiful vitamin C, if you're sensitive to vitamin C, this uses THD. And there is some ascorbic acid in here. There's another one, I forgot the other vitamin C, but there is azelaic acid in here too. This is a nice vitamin C emulsion, and it is really good. I love it, but I switched to the Photozyme vitamin C because it has DNA repair enzymes in it, and it's a 15% THC, where this, they don't list the percentages of vitamin C. But if you're sensitive to vitamin C and you wanted, you know, something to look into, this is really good. I think it's $85. It's 1 ounce and you can pick it up at the Sephora Sale. So I wanted to put that in my bag to remind you, to tell you guys about that. All right, so let's get into these eyeshadows. So for my eyeshadows, I picked up one palette because this one was one full palette with the case, because this one was only available with the case. And this is the Hollow Nudes Dimensions in the shade 07 Peony. So this is meant for fair to light skin tones. As you can see, it is a very, very light color story. And I think this may show up on me, but we'll see. I will test it out. So I wanted to show you all three of them together. Let me just make sure I take out the brushes in that one. Okay, so here is how they go. So we have Peony, which is number 7, which is for fair to light skin tone. And then we have Pansy, which is number 8, which is for light medium to medium skin tones. And then, let me see if I can hold all of these up at the same time. I won't be able to. And then we have Primula, which is number 9, which is for deeper skin tones. So this is medium, this is deeper. And then, let's see, here is fair to light. So as you can see, you know, quite a big jump in all the palettes. This one is, they're all meant to be nudes, like neutral nudes, but this one is more neutral leaning and nude. This is a little bit warm and pinky nude, and then this one is warm and brown nudes. I think when I did my look with this one, I mentioned that it was a neutral palette, but it's not a neutral palette. What I meant to say is it's a nude palette. So I have those, and then on the Prada website, you can buy the Hollow Nudes collection on the refills. And then I picked up 2 refills. One of them we're going to use today. So I was thinking I wanted to use Pulse, because Pulse is more so a like fall color story. But I just wanted to show you how these are packaged. So as you see, there is no plastic insert over these. But here is Pulse, and this is the one with the pop of orange. And don't be scared by the pops of color, by the way. They're not very bright. They're very buildable, and you can build your intensity with these. So there's Pulse, and the one that we're going to use today is going to be Poetry. So here is Poetry. So this has been on my wish list for a very long time. I was scared because of the green, and I wasn't so sure what I would do with this, but we are going to create a look with this today and see what happens. So I'm going to leave that one out, and we will play with that. And let me just put this away so it gets out of my way. And then for blush, we are going to use this new shade from YSL, which is called Hot Mauve. It's number 23. So you guys can see what this looks like. And I think this is going to be beautiful with this palette. I was trying, Pulse, I won't look good with this, I don't think. I was trying to find the right palette to wear with this. Now I could probably wear this with Peony too. And then we'll do this new YSL highlighter in Lavender Haze. And then I said the Hung Van Gogh bronzer, okay? And then I'm going to use the YSL Rose Shimmer lipstick. or lip gloss. I'm going to use the Tower 28 Check Me Out lip liner. I'm thinking maybe we should use the Tower 28 concealer instead of the House Labs because this is new. Let me look at the color. It looks pretty light. Let's try it and see. Just in case you guys are interested in it. As you know, Tower 20 or House Labs is my favorite. So I'll use that, and then we'll use the Make Waves mascara in Drift, which is brown. And let's get going. And then also another thing I wanted to tell you what I was going to do with my under eyes is I was going to apply this first after cleansing, apply my Victoria DN Pepties, and then I go in with the Essence, my eye serum with a little bit of a essence or a hydrating toner over it. And then today what I did is I used this Essence stick balm from VT, and I did this yesterday and it worked out really beautiful under my eyes. I've been testing that and I really like it. I just take my finger and then I just dab it and just let it absorb into my skin. All right, so let's get into this eyeshadow look, shall we? Oh boy, I'm nervous. All right, so I'm gonna try to use pretty much all of my Nikki Rose brushes, but I do have the two new Refer Shoto brushes. I have the Shoto 05, which we're gonna use for blush, and I do have the Shoto 06, which this is supposed to be really good for blending your liner with eyeshadow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this middle shade here with my Nikki Rose N13, and I'm going to apply this in my crease contour. So let's go ahead and get some of that. Now, what I love about these Prada eyeshadows, they are this velvet cream formula. And if you have mature eyes, these do not enhance the texture. They look so smooth, but after, like when you first put them on, the shimmers can look, you know, a bit much, but as soon as the oils start blending in with your skin, they look gorgeous and smooth and they don't enhance the texture. Also, these last all day long. I don't need to prime my lids when I use these. They work really, really well. And they are very buildable and very easy to blend. So we're still on that middle shade, which is sort of this, I don't know, what is this, like a beigey color. And it's not quite a satin, it's matte, but it has a little bit of luminosity to it. Okay, so I have that on. And then I was thinking, what am I gonna do for my outer corner with this? I could go in with the green on the outer corner and then use the brown. I'm gonna go in with this brown, and I'm going to take my Nikki Rose. This is the N22. This is from her new collection. And I'm gonna grab this brown because I'm thinking I'm going to use this as a liner, but I also want to use this on my outer corner here for some depth. Oh, that's a really pretty brown. That is a rich brown. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side here. You know what I think I want to do? So I think I want to kind of put this color on the outside too. So I need a little bit of something up here on my outer crease, just so my eyes don't look so hooded. . Okay, so that's a pretty color. So next what I'm going to do is I have the Nikki LaRose. This is the N20S. And I think I'm gonna take this middle shade on this and I'm gonna grab some of this color and I'm gonna use that to blend everything out all over, even on my lower lid, just to kind of soften that brown and get a soft wash of this color on my lid. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to take this Nikki LaRose. This is the N23. And this is a definer brush. And I'm going to go in, actually first, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to use this brown and I'm going to tight line my upper corner of my lash line and my lower lash line. So I'm going in with this dark brown and I'm going to put that on the very outer corner and also on the outer corner of my lower lash line. Sorry, I don't do any tight lining or anything like that on my upper lash line, waterline, because my eyes are dry and they can't handle eyeliner on there very much. Okay, so now I'm going to take this Nikki LaRose N23 and I'm going to dip it in this, actually I'm not going to use that brush. I'm going to use the Nikki LaRose N12 smudger brush and I'm going to go into that middle shade of the palette and I am going to take that and blend this brown in to lighten it up. I'm trying to use this palette as a full eye look without having to dip into any other palette. Actually, I'm taking that brown just lightly all the way across my lower lash line. And then I'm going to soften it with that middle beigey shade. Okay. Okay. All right, so next we have one color left. Actually, two colors. So I am going to take this violet shade and I am going to use this Nikki N24 brush, which is a flat detailer brush. And this is the shimmer. So let's take this. Wow, there's a lot that this brush picked up. Wow, this is so pretty. This is like a pink, a dusty pink. Oh, that is gorgeous. And I am going to overlap that over that brown just a little bit. Oh, that's so pretty. And so easily it picked up by the brush and applies to my lid. And it looks so smooth and so beautiful on my eyelid. Okay, so I'm gonna go in just a little bit more with that. Okay, then I'm going to take that other Nikki LaRose that we used to apply the N22. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this brown right here. And I am going to sort of blend this a little bit more for a little bit more impact. Okay. Now the fun part comes. I'm going to take this Rephr Shoto 06 brush and we're gonna add that pop of color. So we are gonna go into this green, and how I'm going to add it is I'm going to use it as a liner at the base of my lashes. I could put it at the outer corner, but I wanted to see first how this looked as a liner. And you can really see that on my lids if you really want it to be noticed. Okay, that works. If you're scared of color, this is what you can do. If you don't want it to be too dramatic. I would like to try this with the look with this on that outer corner of my lash, or of my eye, in place of that brown, or just doing a little hint of it right out here and see what that looks like. That is really, really pretty. So I'm just gonna come over here and build this up a little bit. Alrighty, so that's how I added in that pop of green. Such a pretty palette. Now it's gonna look so much better when I apply mascara. So I am going to go into my Hourglass Horse palette, and I am going to grab my, where's my Rephr brush that I like to use? I'm going to grab this little 14 mini from Rephr. I can't stay with all of the BK Beauty brushes. And I'm going to grab the Soft Light, I think this is, finishing powder. And I'm just going to use that as my highlight and to blend the edges of my crease. Okay. So that's all we're gonna use from that horse palette. See, I use it every day. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this out and I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Tower 28 mascara. And this is in the shade Drift. And then I am going to go ahead and go in with the foundation so you guys can see that. But I just want to put on this mascara really quick. This is what I do in the mornings. I do my eyes first, and then with eyeshadow and mascara, and then I go in with my foundation. So if I have any fallout or anything like that, and plus it helps with giving my sunscreen time to form that film. With my sunscreen, it says to wait, I think it says to wait 10 minutes. So before you put anything else on top or before you step outside. So I have to see what the Merit says. Just to let you guys know, I may have to stop the video because my husband is going to go for a mountain bike ride and he's got to come into the restroom to change. Okay, I think I'm going to have to get another one of these mascaras because it is almost 3 months old and I could see it's just starting to be on its last legs. So that's something else to add to my cart. Okay. All right. So as that's drying, let's do the foundation. So we're going to go in with the new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish. So I hear that this is not matte, it's not luminous, it's like in between, like those two, like a natural finish. So I am going to take one pump and put this on my hand. Now this is 8N neutral. And I am going to take the BK Beauty 106 foundation brush. Normally I will go in with my Nikki LaRose, but this foundation I think needs something like this that is a little bit stiffer. Oh wow. So I'm just going in with the center of my face first. And pressing this into my skin. I don't know if I got the right color. Looks a little bit off. Normally, I like to just go in with my hands and press it into the skin after with a brush. But I figured let's try it with the brush first. So I don't know if I like this as a first impression. I think I like the Merit better than this. So this isn't fragranced either, by the way. Okay, I don't know, as a first impression, I don't like this. I think it might be too light for me. Kind of makes me look ghostly. So I'm just grabbing some on my hands and blending it in. I should have done this to begin with, because when it comes to foundations like this, I generally don't like to apply them with the brush. I like to apply them with my hands first and then go in with the brush. But as I'm looking at this, I don't think that this is going to be the right foundation for me. It looks like it's a little bit off with the color and maybe a little bit more coverage than I like. So many people were saying that this was so smoothing and helps blur large pores, but we can't just give up yet because sometimes it has to mesh with your natural oils. But as a first impression, I'm not sure yet. Looks good. Okay, now it's looking better. Now it's looking better. What do you guys think? I feel like it looks off between my neck and my chest. Like it's not full coverage, it's medium coverage, but then it looks so different than my neck. So there's that. Let's let that settle into the skin, and then let's go in with the Tower 28 concealer, and this is 5.0 EP. So I'm not for sure if this is going to be too dark. So I was watching Vincent Ford, and he was saying to put your concealer down here instead of like in the corners and on the outside of corners, and start blending it in. That way you use less in your problem areas. Oh, wow. That's a very light concealer. I don't know if I like this concealer. It doesn't look like it is smoothing enough for my under eyes. Huh. Yeah, right away I notice it's emphasizing the texture in my under eyes. So we'll see what happens after I put powder on it. I have to look up close really quick just so you guys know. Let's see. Oh, actually looks pretty good. And it did cover nicely. I mean, I still have some darkness underneath there. That's my eye hollowness. I probably should have went in with my Huda Beauty under eye brightener or under eye corrector. Now that I look at this eyeshadow a little bit closer, that brown has sort of like a purple, a hint of purple in it. Oh, that is really, really pretty. Oh, I love this eyeshadow palette. I'll have to fix my eyeshadow just a little bit, just so you guys know. But this is gorgeous. Oh, I really, really like this eyeshadow palette. Now that I really see it, that brown isn't really brown. It is purple. Ooh, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to go in with this original brush that we use to apply that brown to the outer corner. And I'm just going to fix my crease, my outer crease here, because it does look uneven. Okay, so far, so good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to apply contour. I am going to use the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit. Now, I did get someone reach out to me, and they wanted to know if this is cooler than the Dior Contour Stick in Medium. And the thing is it is cooler, but it's lighter than the Dior. So Dior does have a lighter shade, which is number 1, but it is lighter and a tad bit cooler than the Westman Atelier. If you were my shade twin, the Westman Atelier in Biscuit would be better for you than the Dior Contour Stick. This is great to use on your jawline if you are in your winter shade. In my summertime, I can use this as my full-on contour everywhere. But in the wintertime, mainly just the jawline. So that's why I have the Westman Atelier. And then also, I love the Mary Phillips, the MPH underpainting as well. But we're not going to use that today because that is going to be a little bit more involved than what this is. And I just want something easy today because that's where I'm at. Does that make sense? I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the BK Beauty 109 brush. I love this brush to blend in my cream contour. So that's what the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit looks on me. So it's like a perfect contouring shade when I am in my fall winter shade. The truffle is a bit too warm for me. I find that it is on the warmer side versus the cooler side. So that's why I like the Dior Contour Stick in Medium. But I will tell you with the Dior Contour Sticks, they are fragranced. So, and they're highly fragranced. So if you don't like fragrance, then I would stay away from those. Now the Westman Atelier, they all have a slight fragrance to it, but it's nothing strong whatsoever. So sometimes, like right here in my jowl area, I like to go over that just a little bit more to hide those bad boys. I found a really amazing product if you have large pores to help with blackheads and also sebaceous filaments and just oil and congestion in the pores. I'm gonna have to share that with you guys soon. I did it the other day and it was amazing. Shark has just recently come out with this new device that's a hydrofacial device at home, and they're charging like $400 for it. This serum or this product that I used is amazing. It's Korean skincare. I got it on Amazon and I am so in love with it. I'm so in love with it. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my Patrick Ta. This is, I'm sorry, the Patrick Ta contour stick. I'm sorry guys, I'm off. I'm so off because my sleeping is off because what happens with me is I have no problems with falling asleep. I have problems with staying asleep. And I always wake up between 2 and 3 a.m. even on my days off, and I can't get back to sleep. Now I am taking, something to help, but it doesn't seem to help with me staying asleep. There's another product I want to try, but gosh, everything that is so good for you, you know, to help is like $70 to $100 for a supplement, and I'm getting tired of it. You know, they say that it's not expensive to eat healthy, but it is these days. Anyone else, you know, notice this? And right now where I'm at is I need some major sleep, guys. Like I need some sleep. I'm lucky if I get 6 hours. Sometimes I only get 4 hours of sleep. And as you know, that's not good for your hormones or your health. Your body can't fully repair. Last night I did get 6.5 hours of sleep, but I need like a good 7 to 8 hours, and I just can't seem to get that because my body keeps waking up. So if you have any supplements that you could recommend, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so we are done with the contour. So now we're going to go into the Sephora Blur It setting powder, and we're going to use this under the eyes. And I have this new favorite makeup brush to use under my eyes, and it's from the new Nikki LaRose collection. So this is the N19 brush. This is meant to mimic a powder puff, but it does a better job in my opinion. I love this to set underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to grab some of this powder, and then I'm going to work it into this brush. And you don't have to press very hard. You just gently press it. And I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes here. This powder is so good. And right here in between my brows. And I'm just going to grab a little bit more. And I'm just going to put it here on my chin. It really blurs out the skin, especially if you have large pores. You will love this powder. So I use that pink for under my eyes for brightening and in the areas where I want to brighten. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up. And then now I'm going to use my Guerlain. This is the 24 or the Diamond Micro powder in the shade medium. And I'm going to use this on the rest of my face. I have to always set my makeup. Even though this foundation does look self-setting, looks really good now that it's working into my skin oils, I still need to set my foundation for my skin because I am combination where I'm oily in my T-zone and I'm normal on the outside, and I am getting a little bit drier on my skin, but I also do have dehydration too. Okay, this is my favorite setting powder of all time, is the Guerlain. It's very expensive, but you get a ton. It's so smoothing. The only thing about this powder that I just do not like is that it is fragrance, but to me, it's not heavily fragrance compared to like Dior, but it is so, so good. Okay, so now we're going to bronze. I always put my bronzer on before my blush. And we're going to go in with the Nikki LaRose N18. This is the ultimate contour brush. And we're going to use the Hun Van Gogh bronzer in Hardworking. Now, I have to tell you, you have to be very careful with this. This is pretty pigmented. So I'm going to take the edge of the brush and just barely dab it in there. And what I like to do is stamp this to get the color on. And then I'm going to blend it into my skin. Now, I did pick up the color in Straightforward, but it was just way too light. I had to build and build and build. And it looked a little bit off on me. And that's where I like this shade Hardworking. This one is a really nice warm bronzer. It looks like you just got back from vacation. So if you're looking for a warm bronzer, then this is great. It's a matte bronzer, but it's also blurring and smoothing of the skin. It's comparable to the YSL, but I think this is better in my opinion. So now I'm just going to take the brush and dab it in there. You barely need to tap this in here to get some pigment. And I'm just going to start bronzing the rest of my face. And as you can see, so this one you can use as a bronze tour, by the way. Now we are going to sculpt my jaw and my neck. See what I like about this brush? You can go like that. It's great. It's great for powder and it's great for cream too. I'm just going to blend that down here a little bit more. Now I just look really sculpted, don't I? But you see how like this bronzer just blurs the skin and it just gives you like the perfect bronzy look. I love it. It is so, so beautiful. Definitely recommend picking this up, guys. Now, I picked this up before the sale, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm just going to take a little bit of this and dab it across my nose. So even though I did do a contour, I'm just gonna add a little bit of warmth there. And I think that looks pretty good. I look really snatched now, don't I? This bronzer is amazing. I highly recommend that you look into this. Pick it up at the Sephora Sale. It is so good. Now I am going to take this powder brush and I'm just going to kind of blend that bronzer on my nose just a little bit because I didn't blend it too good with the whatchamacallit, other brush. Now, really quick, brows are going to be really quick and simple. I don't need to go in with a pencil. I'm just going to go in with this tinted brow gel from Kosas. I love this brow gel. And this one is on its last legs. But this it's a volumizing brow gel and it's like the perfect color for me. It's hard for me to find the perfect color for my eyebrows where it's not too cool, too ashy, or too warm. And this color is perfect for my brows. So I just use a tinted brow gel mainly because I have all my brow hairs. It's just that some of them have gotten really light and I'm getting the grays, and the tinted brow gel just really helps give my brows an even color, a little bit darker, more even, and then also a little bit of hold and volume. Except they are being a little bit funky today. All right, so let's do blush, and then I'm gonna step off camera, refresh my hair, and then we will do lips. All right, so hot mauve blush, let's do it. What am I going to use? Oh, I'm gonna use the Refer Shoto number 5, new brush. So let's test this out. So the Refer brushes these ones are natural hair. Ooh, wow, that brush is so good. Okay, so here is hot mauve. Now with the YSL blushes, you do have to be careful because they are highly pigmented. And this brush just picks that color up so effortlessly and blends it effortlessly into my skin. Wow, that is gorgeous. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to step off camera, let the blush settle, because since I am tapping it on my cheeks, my skin is reactive to touch. It turns red and it makes me look like I'm wearing too much blush. So I'm gonna step off camera, refresh my hair. I'm gonna go in with the Après treatment, bond repair treatment. This is how I refresh my curls for the day before I'm going to wash it. It does kind of give it a wet look, but it helps pop my curls back up. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll come back for highlighter and lips and finish this makeup look. Okay, I'm back. All right, so the blush actually looks really, really good. I'm going to leave it there. So this is hot mauve, in case you were curious. I love it. I think it's so pretty. It's a really, nice, light, neutral mauve to where it's not too purple not too pinky. It's just like the perfect nudie pink. At least it is for my skin tone. So that is Hot Mauve. So pretty. And I'll show you it again next to Rose Haze, which also is my other favorite. And this is going to be more of your nude peach. So this is Rose Haze, and then this is Hot Mauve. So this is your nude mauve, and this is your nude peach, and these are both matte. And I love the YSL blushes because they last all day. They're highly pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. Just remember that these are pigmented, so when you tap your brush in there, you're gonna get a lot. I prefer the mattes over the shimmers, but they're very, very beautiful and they blur out the skin so nicely. So I do notice that I want to touch up my eyes. I want to go in with this green again, and I want to pop it on my lash line right here. Just a little bit more so we could really, really see it. I really love this palette so much. And at first I thought that deeper color was just a deep brown, but it's actually purple on me, which I love that, or like a plummy brown. So I am taking that just a little bit there in the inner corner. And that is so, so pretty. So, so pretty. Next, what I want to do is that looks pretty good. So if I did get a little bit too much in there. So I'm going to go in with the YSL highlighter. And I'm going to take this Nikki N23 brush. And I'm going to pop some of this into my inner corner. This is the perfect highlighter to wear with this because it's sort of like a pinky lavender crush. And I am going to pop this right here in my inner corner. I did take the green just a little bit too far in, but that's okay. So now we have this really pretty iridescent lavender in my inner corner. And then I'm also going to pop some of this highlighter on my cheeks. So I'm going to use my Rephr 20 brush, grab some of this, and then pop it over here on top of my cheeks, and then down the bridge of my nose, and over here. Okay, so this highlighter, I will tell you, it's not as smoothing or as finely milled as the Dior luminizers, but this color is really pretty. It's really, really soft for a nice iridescent lavender pink highlight. I just had to have it and I had to try it. Okay, let's do lips, and I'm gonna go in with the Check Me Out lip liner from Tower 28, which is a nude shade. So I am just gonna go ahead and line my lips with this for a nice natural liner. This liner goes on really easily. It's really creamy. I wonder if it's got good staying power. Love the color. Okay, just kind of messed up the line a little bit. Oh, I just realized I was probably covering that. Oh, I'm so out of whack these days. Maybe I need to just quit. Once I get feeling better, hopefully it'll work out. Okay, so that is the lip liner. It's really pretty, actually. That's a really nice color. Definitely a winner. Now let's go into this limited edition Candy Glaze, Love Shine Candy Glaze lip gloss stick from YSL. So this is in Rose or Shimmer Rose, which I have been wearing this. Now, I love these Candy Glaze lip glosses because they're nice and cushy. They're so moisturizing and hydrating and nourishing for the lips, but when you put them on, they don't bleed out. They stay on my lips and give my lips this nice plumping effect. So that's actually a nice color. I wouldn't say, I don't know if I like it with this lip liner. It does match the blush though. We'll see. Let me just kind of doctor this up a little bit. Smooth it out. It's a little bit pinkier than what I was expecting with this lip liner, but I think it does look pretty. What do you guys think? Yeah, looks pretty. All right, so that is it for this makeup look. Now, let me just take a look at this foundation and I'll give you my thoughts. I think it is a beautiful foundation. It does, blur out the texture of my skin. It's not too dewy. It doesn't enhance my pores. I do notice it does kind of enhance my fine lines right over here, but it's actually a really, really nice foundation. It looks like your skin with a hint of makeup in it. I could tell that I'm wearing foundation, but it's nice and, it's light. Now, I would say this is like a medium coverage. The concealer I do notice is settling into my lines, so this is probably not going to be the right concealer for me. I just kind of knew it because of the thin consistency. It's a serum concealer, but it's just maybe too thin, not enough, cushy ingredients in there to really help with those fine lines. So I'll have to test it out, but I see all the lines that I was talking about that I've been getting from making expressions, and everything's creased. So yesterday when I did my makeup, I used the House Labs with that same setting powder from Sephora, and I did not get that, and it was smoothing. So this does not smooth the under eyes. So this I don't think is the right concealer for me. So this is probably not going to be a winner. But I will, try it again and I will report back to you guys. It's just like maybe what I needed to do also to make that work is I have to put more of a moisturizing eye cream underneath, or another layer of that Essence Balm underneath my eyes to help plump up my eyes a little bit. Now, this eyeshadow palette, I have to say, is a winner for me. I would love to swatch this for you guys, but the thing with the Prada palettes is that these are a really creamy formula, and if you put your fingers in here too much, they will hard pan. At least I'm scared that they will hard pan. None of mine have hard pan, but I don't want to do that because they are so expensive. And, I did pay for these on my own. They weren't sent to me. So that just makes me nervous, and I don't want to do that. And I hope you understand. But this is what they look like what this palette looks like on my eyes. Now, I will be playing around with this more to get more ideas how to pop in that pop of green. But so far, I do like it as a liner right there on my upper lash line. So this Sephora Blur It Powder is so good. I have the shade in Brightening Pink. Definitely recommend putting this on your list for the Sephora sale. It's 30% off, so 30% off, I think it's like $15 or $16. So that is a win. And the Tower 28, check me out, lip liner. Actually, it's really pretty. I really like it. We'll see how it goes for longevity. Now, okay, so I do have a product that I did not try that I want to open and share with you guys. So this is the new Vanilla Bourbon Ole Henriksen Peptide Pout Preserve Lip Treatment. So this is a clear one with vanilla bourbon fragrance. So let's check it out. Okay, so it is indeed clear. No hint of any color whatsoever. So it's not going to get on your white sheets. Now, this, it does smell like vanilla, but not a natural vanilla. When I think of bourbon, vanilla bourbon, I think it's going to be more warm. This smells like a fruity vanilla. That's what it smells like a fruity vanilla. It doesn't smell like vanilla bourbon to me. Just like the peach glaze, it's not a peach, it's like a peach citrus scent. So sometimes like the scents are kind of like off with these, I think. But either way, I mean, this is a nice cushy formula. I love it. It's perfect for night. I mean, it doesn't bother me, the fragrance or anything, because it's pretty light and you just initially taste it. But after that, I don't taste it or smell it after I put it on. I'm just worried about what it's doing for my lips. But if you are sensitive to scents, then you definitely want to avoid those and look for something that is unscented. I know Paula's Choice has her peptide lip balms out now, which I haven't tried, but Paula's Choice is pretty expensive. These are still in the affordable price range, and I do like them. They are very effective, and these are going to be like a hero product for the winter time. And I do love this Love Shine lip gloss color in Shimmer Rose with that lip liner. This, you know, will take on whatever the shade of pink that you want it to by your choice of lip liner. So today I chose something that is going to sort of match up with this blush, and I think it matches up perfectly. The Prada eyeshadow, I just have to tell you, I just can't get over how gorgeous it is. It's so beautiful. So I will have to play around with the other two and then report back, and maybe, you know, I won't do a get ready with me for a while unless you guys want me to. It's just that my makeup videos don't really get that many views. So I don't like to bore those who don't like them with too many of them. But just let me know if you want to see the other two palettes, Pulse and Peony. And I will continue to keep you posted on the Makeup by Mario foundation, whether or not I keep it or not. I'm kind of on the fence about this. I think it's not what I mean, it's a nice foundation, but I think it's just, I think I prefer something that has a little bit more glow to it. I kind of like the Prada Soft Matte Foundation maybe a little bit better, but it's been a while since I've used that one. Like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on that. And the bronzer, the Hung Van Gogh bronzer is so good. So if you like a warm bronzer, check these out. The shade that I have is Hardworking. And I will have all these products that we used today listed in Shop My Shelf. I will put that link in the description box for you guys. You click it, it will take you to all those links and you'll see a list of everything. And there you go. All right, I am sending you all so much love and light, and I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful week ahead if I don't see you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.